All right, Algebra 2, it is time for a quiz review. We're going to go through and I'm going to solve basically most of these problems. So, number 1, here we go. Find f of -5. For those who missed this whole unit for whatever reason, what this means is you're going to find the equation named f, which is right up here, and you're going to plug in a -5. That's what that notation means. So this is how you write it out. Just like this, f of -5 equals, now what is the equation we're dealing with? This one right here. So I'm going to set up my skeleton, which is I replace all my x's with parentheses so I can go in there and fill in my crap. What am I plugging in? -5. So I plug in my -5. Now I'm going to evaluate this. Some of y'all's arithmetic skills are rough. Y'all don't have order of operations down. Like, we're talking elementary level of math. And that's fine. I'm over it. But what I'm telling you this for a reason. A lot of y'all are going to do this wrong. And so you need to show your work. You need to show this step right here. You need to show it fully. Because if you just skip into it and start writing stuff down, you're not getting any credit. If you can at least show me this, I can get you to at least half to 70% credit here. Because at least it shows me you know what you're doing. And then I'll let the arithmetic be the other 30% of the grade. So show me this step because you're going to blunder it if you don't. -3 times -5 is positive 15. Adding the 5, and that gives me 20 for the answer. So there we have it. F of -5 is 20. I don't know why this is doing f of -7 here instead of f of -5, but who cares? Go ahead and solve that one as well too. How do you set this up? Remember, it says find the equation f. Cool. I'm going to find the equation f, and then I'm going to set it up, -3. I'm going to put in, for parentheses, my x's. Or instead of having an x, write down my parentheses. And what am I plugging in? -7. So you can go ahead and solve that yourself. I can tell you right now, -3 times -7 is positive 21. Plus 5 is 26. So that's what we have for our answer here. Here we go. 2. If w of x equals -4, okay, find x. It's a little similar to this. It's similar, but not exactly. So let's check out what it's telling us. Let's find w of x. Do we have that? Right there. Now it's saying the entire thing, w of x, the entire thing is equal to -4. So notice how that's different than number 1. So how do I set that up? Just like this. -4 equals, and then I find that equation. 4x plus 1. 4x plus 1. And now find x. Now I can solve for x. That means get x by itself. Subtract 1 on both sides. That gives me -5 equals 4x. And then I'm going to go ahead and divide that 4 out. Oh my God, mister, there's fractions. Yeah, welcome to Algebra 2. We're using fractions now. And then that ends up being your answer. X equals 5/4. Cross that out and bazam. -5/4. All right. That's 1 and 2. I'm going to go ahead and solve 3 and 4 as well. So 3 and 4 right here, what do we have? This says g of x is this. Okay, nice. Find g of 3 of x. All right, y'all, this is a language problem more than anything else. What does this mean? This means you're going to take the g equation and you're going to plug in 3 of x everywhere you see an x. So what am I going to do? I am going to go ahead and write my skeleton. My skeleton is where I go through and I replace my x's with parentheses. And then I'm going to go in, and look at me, I'll even use a different color for you. And now that I've done this, can you see my equation, how I've just left the x's blank? I put them in there. Now I'm going to go in there and shove in 3x. I'm going to shove that in, my 3x, and now it says evaluate it. So how do I evaluate this? Well, these are in the parentheses, so this whole thing gets multiplied by itself. It gets squared. So 3x squared is the same thing as 9x squared minus 2. And that's that. That's the answer. That was quick. And then it has g of 3 of x equals 9x squared. Now, we've had some weird things on our worksheets where, like, it says, now give me g of x. What's the new g of x? Nah, y'all, if the answer key is like this and it's weird and messed up, you can literally just be like, yo, I'm going to write this instead. Or you can use this, but the real answer is g of 3 of x. That's the real way it should be written. This g of x is kind of a flaw on our part. So don't write that in there. I mean, I'm not going to take off for it, but that's the real answer. So let's do number 4. Okay, it's giving us an f. Now it's saying find f of x over 2. Mister, I don't know what to do here. This is weird. Y'all, it's just a fraction. It's just math. So the same thing stands. You're going to create your equation with your skeleton, replace all your x's with parentheses, and then what is it telling us to put in there? It is telling us to put in there x over 2. It is saying insert x over 2, x over 2. Cool. Now I can evaluate this. 8 times x over 2. 8 times x over 2, for those who are struggling with multiplying fractions, put a denominator on here and multiply straight across. 8x times 1 over 2. So 8x is the top, and then 1 over 2 is the denominator. And then, of course, this minus 2 stays, and then I'm going to simplify this. 8 divided by 2 is 4x, and then, of course, bring down my minus 2. And that's what I have for that answer. I'll do another video for the other problems.